Hi pickleballers and PickleTechie community. Today we're diving deep into Pickln Alecto 3, a Gen 3 paddle that combines Kevlar face technology with modern power construction. Before we get started, let me be completely transparent. This is not a sponsored video. While I personally purchased the red version from Pickln, later on they sent me the gold version when it came out. They did not have any input on this content and they didn't get to review this content before its release. What you're getting is my unfiltered, honest assessment together with the PickleTechie team after extensive testing. Let's start with the technical specifications. Both colorways share remarkable similar stats. The gold version has a swing weight of 116 and the red comes in at 117. Both features a 6.6 twist weight and an 8.1 ounce static weight. These consistent specs shows Pickln's attention to manufacturing quality. In addition, the paddle has a 16mm core. What I want to highlight here too is the quality of the grip construction. While a lot of companies out there try to use soft foam construction, Pickln opted for a plastic adhesion on top of the unibody construction. This actually gives the paddle some solid feel whenever the ball hits the face of the paddle, and this has additional quality benefits whenever you're replacing the original grip. A lot of the times whenever there is a soft foam and you try to rip the original grip, pieces of the foam might come off due to the adhesion. That sometimes gives a very inconsistent feel, and Pickln was able to mitigate that by implementing this plastic grip construction, which I highly support. Companies like Neonic also does something similar, but Neonic actually prefers to use more solid foam rather than plastic. The bottom line here is I really would love to see paddle companies create more solid feel and more durable grip construction. What makes the Alecto 3 a little bit more special is how it balances power and control. While I'd categorize it at the bottom of power paddle spectrum, when broken in, it delivers a unique playing experience that sets it apart from other third-gen paddles. The break-in period is notably less dramatic than other Gen 3 paddles, almost similar to the Pickleball Apes Pulse series. One thing though that I want you guys to be aware of, this Pickln Alecto 3 is not exempted from the traditional Gen 3 issues like core crushing and other issues that are plaguing the third-gen constructed paddles. Here's something that I find very interesting when it comes to Kevlar-faced paddles. I genuinely enjoyed playing with the Pickleball Apes Pulse series and now the Pickln Alecto 3 simply because of how the quality of the paddles are standing out. The Kevlar implementation here provides excellent touch while maintaining good power potential. Let me share some customization insight from my testing. While the paddle performs well in stock, our team member Sage actually prefers it that way, I found some modification really enhanced its performance. I added 3 grams to each side near the throat to enhance stability and plow through. Plus, I added a 6 grams flick weight at the bottom of the butt cap. And finally, I added a ProTac body grip for those intense games. All of these add-ons will be linked in the description below.
What's up, PickleTechie community? This is Ryan back with another review. Today I've got the Pickln Alecto 3. This is a hybrid shaped paddle, one of the shapes that I really like. It is actually one of the first Gen 3 Kevlar paddles. I actually really like Kevlar, except it's not necessarily my preference. I do like carbon fiber, and now I like titanium a lot as well. So right now I'm playing with a titanium paddle, but I do like the dense feel of a Kevlar paddle, and I think the Pickln Alecto definitely gives me that kind of feel. Starting from the baseline, on my drives, I felt pretty consistent with them. On my serves too, I didn't really miss many serves. I felt like I had a lot of control. Going to the transition zone, I felt pretty confident with my resets because I didn't have to take too much power off of the paddle here. Placing it just and getting the ball back over wasn't hard. It was easy to maneuver too. This is a pretty light paddle, or at least it feels pretty light. I do think it does need weight though. On some of those resets, I felt like it was a little bit too light. Like I would just prefer it to have some weighting around the sidewalls. That's my usual setup now, so I would have added a few grams there on each side, and I think that would have helped with the stability. I would compare this a lot to the Pulse S, except when I played with the Pulse S from Pickleball Apes, I had the weighting on the sides, and I felt a lot more stable with it, although that did make the paddle very heavy and less easy to maneuver. This one was pretty easy to maneuver. My hand speed was very quick with it. Going to the kitchen, I felt confident in hands battles, in volley exchanges, and overheads too. Some of the other features about this, when I was dinking, I felt pretty confident getting around the ball, getting it to spots, and also just staying consistent through the ball. Although I think it would really benefit from the weight because I did feel a little bit less stable. Overall, the Kevlar I think is a great feature on this paddle, especially for a Gen 3. I didn't think it hit too hard at all. I thought the power was just right and it's very easy to control. I wasn't super impressed by the spin, but it did have a lot of grab on the ball. It is pretty gritty. Comparing this paddle to the current paddle that I use, the Neonic Flow Swift, I actually think they're very different. They are a similar hybrid shape, although I think this paddle is more dense than the Neonic. The Neonic feels a lot more plush, and I have a lot more feel of the ball. It's almost like whenever I hit it, I can really feel it. I can feel the dwell time on the Neonic. With this paddle, I feel like I can feel the ball make contact harder because of the density. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but to me, I just feel like this hits more. It hits harder, but I feel like I can feel the ball more on the Neonic because of the dwell time. I feel like it just really grabs the ball and I can get more spin with it. I think this is a little bit of a quicker paddle, especially at the kitchen. In those hands battles and volley exchanges, I feel pretty fast with these. With my counters, I feel like they don't really take a while for me to. It's a faster paddle, so it just comes off. It has a bit more pop than the Neonic, and I think I like that about this paddle. Overall, though, I still really like the Neonic Flow Swift, and I would stick with that kind of feel. But this does feel really good too. And if I were to play with a Kevlar paddle, this one would be very interesting for me to play with, and I'd just be excited to weight it up and see how that would play out. That was a review on the Pickln Alecto, and subscribe for more content like this.
So I want to take a quick look at the Pickln Alecto 3. I tested it out for a couple weeks now, and it's a Gen 3 paddle hybrid shape that I really enjoyed playing with. It's foam injected. The weight is primarily at the top right here, so it does feel head heavy. But overall, really lightweight paddle that I really enjoyed. As far as power, it's Gen 3, so the power is there. As well as being that it's so lightweight, I was able to have such a high swing speed that a lot of the shots I were hitting just weren't coming back. I didn't make any modifications to this because I didn't feel like I needed to. It just felt so good stock. So talking about the baseline shots, my drives were on with this. Such a powerful paddle as well as gritty, so I was able to create topspin from the baseline, which allowed me to keep a lot of my high-speed balls in. Like I said, I really enjoyed it from the baseline. Just moving into the transition zone, I was able to dig balls out with this a lot more. It is really a stiff paddle as well as Gen 3, so you really just have to throw the paddle there and let it do the work for you, which I really enjoy. And then at the kitchen, as far as dinks, flick putaways, and overhead kills, I really enjoyed. Like I said, such a powerful paddle as well as being lightweight. It feels very comfortable in my hands. I was able to generate a lot of pressure dinks, which I'm not really capable of doing with other paddles, which I really enjoyed. I felt that it did have a slightly bigger dwell time, overall a sweet spot too, than the Christian Alshon TKO, which is off an added benefit. So yeah, that was my 2 cents on the Pickln Alecto 3.
Something worth highlighting is Pickln's commitment to community impact. They're a Southern California company that shares their profits with local charities. As of this video's release, they're donating 75% of their profits to LA Wildfire Emergency Fund. It's refreshing to see a company delivering quality products while maintaining such a strong charitable mission. Let's talk pricing. The red version retails for $120 while the gold comes in at $114. So after all the extensive testing, who do I think this paddle is for? Personally, I think this is a paddle for players who appreciate Kevlar face technology but want more power and pop. Also for those players looking for Gen 3 paddles with less dramatic break-in period and still has some control on the paddle. Anyone wanting premium performance at a very competitive price point. They have been exceptional for any issues that I or the PICKLETECHIE members have experienced. They stand behind their products and truly care about the player experience. Remember, while these are my experiences and preference, every player is different. I'd love to hear your thoughts if you've tried the Pickln Alecto 3. That's it for this review. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe to the PICKLETECHIE YouTube channel. Follow us on our social media. And please do not forget to use PICKLETECHIE for $10 off on your Pickln Alecto 3 if you do decide to purchase. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we will catch you on the courts.